your feather fluffing fingers fluttering.
Come on, nerds, now gather round. There's a new podcast hitting town. Grab some cans, yeah, nice and tall. Frosting cold, now slam them all. It's time for their two-can rants. Gather round now, 'cause it's two-can rants. We rant on comics and all that's cool pop culture stuff. We ain't no fools. Two beers and you're hitting your stride. Crack some more, come fight me, guy. It's time for that two-can rants. Gather round now, 'cause it's two-can rants. Y'all ready for another episode of Two-Can Rant? Fuck yeah! Well, so are we. So crack your tall cans, feather fluffers. Oh yeah, motherfuckers. You can raise them up in the air, nice and high. Nice and high, high as the sky, high as a kite, high as however you are listening to this. Now the next line is usually wave them in the air like you just don't care, but that's not how we do it around here at the Two-Can Rant HQ. Studio Stadium 2.0. So on the count of 4, feather fluffers. All you feather fluffers, tall cans, short cans, medium cans, all the cans you be shaking. Yeah, on the count of 4, we're gonna slam them. That's how we do it here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's time for that two-can rant. Gather round now, 'cause it's two-can rants. It's time for that two-can rant. Gather round now, 'cause it's two-can rants. It's time for that two-can rants. Gather round now, 'cause it's
What is flapping feather fluffers? Welcome to Two-Can Rant. We're just two toucans with two tall cans who can rant because we got two tall cans. I'm JD.
I'm the guy in the back sipping my tea, listening to Two-Can Rant. Welcome all to Two-Can Rant. I was like, what the fuck? Where's the energy, man? Yeah. Fuck!
No.
This is Two-Can Rant! I waited 30 seconds and I swore.
You were watching the timer?
No, I just took a guess. I'm like, that's probably about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you said fuck before, though, when you fucked up.
Yeah, all right. That was maybe 15 seconds.
Now we have filled our fucks for a rated R movie. We're working towards NC-17.
How many fucks do you
I don't know. I'm just making shit up, dude.
Maybe you can just, it's unlimited then.
I'm just making shit up. I'm excited.
Yeah?
Yes.
To talk about Hellsing?
Yes.
All right.
I only have one point to make that I wrote down. I have lots to talk about it, though.
All right. Well, I guess you can take it away because I've read this.
Well, no, you're gonna have to guide me a little bit. But the first thing I just want to say, like, I love this oversized format. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can see it. And the action scenes are so much cooler than reading like the little books and you're like this and I'm like trying to see. Nobody can see me doing that, but I'm like trying to see the little pictures.
Yeah, microphones are not
and
cameras.
Like reading Yokai Watch with Kai, like there's some stuff where I'm like, I gotta get a fucking magnifying glass to read these words. Like the print is so tiny. I'm an old man.
I like how for some reason you think sound is allowing people to see. You said like a megaphone or
magnifying glass.
No. Before you.
Well,
you
yeah,
were going
I
with
was going one place and I said magnifying glass because I can't see. The print is large. I like the paper better. It looks like a fucking Bible, which is awesome.
And it could probably stop a bullet.
Very fitting. Dark Horse, you did this right, and I've heard very good things about your other manga collections like this, and there are some books I don't even know what the mangas are like, but I'm like, it's in the same format, so it's got to be good, right? Yeah. I don't know. I can't name one off the top of my head right now. Sorry, but
Berserker, Bastard.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but like this is a great fucking format.
Yeah. Okay, so like the other thing, I agree with you that it's a good format. I have no issue with the smaller ones, except like this would be a lot easier to transport, which I think some people have been saying about Omnibuy in the first place, because it's a lot more difficult to be carrying around 4 trades of Hellsing, like the small ones, as opposed to one giant thing. And then there's also that other thing when you travel with a book, if you finish it, especially with a comic book, that means you're just carrying dead weight.
Oh, yeah?
But with this, you've got, like, this actually took me a while because I was trying to enjoy it maybe more than just, like, burn through it.
Yeah.
But, like, it was it was a heavier meal than just, like, one trade.
It was a lot easier to sit back and enjoy it, too, because I could see it better. I will say, like, I really, like, turned pages and just stared at them, which I have not done even with a regular comic book in a while. And it really made me, like, realize, like, I need to slow down a little bit. Yeah, take a walk in the park and enjoy the flowers.
Somebody spent, like, somebody spent at least 10 hours drawing all the pictures in a book that you read in 10 minutes.
Right. I mean, sometimes, and I think this says a lot about my selections at the time, I felt like I was just grinding through shit to grind through it, right, to get to the good stuff. And then by that time, you're in this, like, grinding mentality, so the good stuff's just, like, whatever. And, yeah, I don't know. There's some books I read slow anyway, but I definitely, like, really was paying attention to the flow of things. Speaking of all the time, I really thought it was funny. Like, they left in his little, like,
advertisements.
Hey, I need help. Send your resume to so-and-so.
Need an
you
assistant.
Guys, I cannot do this any much longer. I need help. Yeah. Where are you? Yeah. Like, that was pretty funny to leave that stuff in there, too.
Yeah. So then the other thing about the format-wise is when you buy manga magazines in Japan, they're about this size. Maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Kind of like the old Shonen Jumps, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which I very much liked those, too.
Yeah. That's the size that they're originally printed on.
Right.
But they're also printed on very shitty paper.
I'd take the size even if it was on shitty paper.
Yeah. Well, no, not if you're going to get
Why do they shrink them down, then?
It's cheaper, probably.
Bastards.
And more easy to transport. I don't know. I like the size of those because you can fucking slip them in your back pocket. I like that.
That's true. I'll give you that. I guess I don't ever really throw books in my pocket.
I throw manga in my pocket.
Fair enough.
Not as of late, but like I have done it before.
I don't know. This is just a badass book. Even on the spine, it looks like a fucking old school Bible. Yeah. It's red.
And the bookmark built in.
Cool.
I didn't, when I first got this, I was like, why the fuck did they give me a bookmark? I'm never going to use this. And then I ended up using it.
Everybody likes a good bookmark.
Yeah.
I was just talking about that the other day. I'm like, I don't have any cool bookmarks anymore. I used to have lots of cool bookmarks.
I've got this one cloth bookmark that whenever I use it, I never finish the book I'm reading.
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't finish books if I use bookmarks.
I have a bookmark from like junior year in high school. I helped a guy move some people out of their apartment, and they were artists, and they gave me a bookmark as well as some cash, but it says aloha from so and so. And I've held on to that and used that a lot. That's like my main bookmark, but it's getting pretty beat up.
Gotta get a new one then.
Well, now I'm using like a Batman card that we got from
Oh, really?
C2E2.
You open those up?
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Wanted to see what was in it.
I was saving them because they might be collectibles someday.
Nah. They handed out so many of them fucking things.
Yeah, but everybody probably opened them to see them, or maybe nobody.
Use them as
Maybe
bookmarks.
maybe you're the only one who opened them.
I win! Or random pieces of paper. That's what I mainly use.
Dude, just fold the pages.
No.
Unless it's a comic, don't do that.
No, I don't fold pages. I don't like doing that.
Yeah, Jen kind of lost it on me.
For folding pages?
Yeah,
So she's like me?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So
I'm not the only one.
There was a new Stephen King book. I had like 5 different names rolling around in my head there. It Bleeds. It's 4 short stories, but one of the short stories is a follow-up standalone thing. It's the Outsider novel that he did like 2 years back. That's the one I was telling you should read, because I thought the beginning was really good and then the second part took a weird shift. It's still a really good book, but for some reason it was like it seemed more detective-y than the first part, and then it was like regular old Stephen King, like we're gonna go hunt a monster kind of thing. But it was a great universe, and he left it open for other things, and so I got that book. But anyways, I had started reading it before we got on the airplane, and I had folded one of the pages, and like I opened the book, and like the first thing Jen did was like reached over and flipped the dog ear up, and I was like, you should. Then I closed the book back up and showed her that I had already snapped the cover, so I could fold the book in half, and then she stopped talking to me. Which was her plan anyways, because she just listens to music when she flies and doesn't like talk to people.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny.
Wow. I'm not the only one. That's good.
Well, yeah, my thing is like if a book is only loved if it's been used.
That's bullshit.
No,
Sorry.
that's fine.
Sorry. That was maybe a little a little angry. But it's bullshit. I loved the Dresden, and mine looked great. I'm like reading Briefcases and the short stories ones that you lent me, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to fall apart, and is he going to be mad? Like, they're already, like, this one looks like it was folded in half, like he was pissed off.
Well, no, because like, if they're too
this
big.
This one, like, just lays flat, like.
No, I have a couple books with pages that have fallen out. But you get to a certain point in those books where, like, because I'm a huge fan of just having the 1 page, not the 2 pages. Like, you just hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there becomes a point. Well, no, because I like the feel of paper and stuff.
I got that.
But there comes a point in like a certain size book where you can't fold it anymore that way. So you got to break the spine.
Anyway, you didn't beat that one up.
What? Oh no, I take really good care of my comics. I was kind of pissed because the bottom got waterlogged.
How'd that happen?
It was in my backpack.
Wasn't shipping?
No, it wasn't shipping. It was when we were driving. I had a bottle of water on the floor of the car, and my backpack was there, and it perspired and soaked through my backpack and did that. I was actually kind of pissed, but
rightfully so. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm concerned about mildew or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I actually have to get new Akira books. Because at one point in time, some of the corners and spines like this had gotten wet, and I don't know how, but like 4 of them have like
Mold?
look really gross. Like I've cut the corners of like some of these things off.
Yeah, you should probably just
Get rid of them
yeah.
and get new ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, because then when we were traveling, because after watching the Hellboy movie, I really wanted to read that arc with the Wild Hunts, Kosheke, and the Blood Queen. And I had one of the trades in there, but then all the other ones are floppies. I was like, fuck, I wish I just had an omnibuy of this section.
They're pretty cheap on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going up to Powers. My plan is to go up to Powers to pick up my comics and cancel a shit ton of them.
Department of Truth just came out too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep Department of Truth. Something's Killing the Children. The whatever the Deadland, the sixth gun thing is. I can't remember what it's called. Bitter Roots. That Viking thing, the Sun Eater. I don't know if that's what it's called. The Kaiju Heist and By the Horns. 7. And maybe Tartarus. So 8. I think that's a manageable number of comics to get every month. As opposed to like fucking the King in Black shit started. And
yeah.
I was like, give me all the tie-ins, because I hadn't planned on changing what I was going to be doing. So that's going to be very expensive if I get all of those, and I don't want to get all of them. And I don't really give a shit about Batman anymore. Even though Tinian's doing it, I just don't. I obviously don't care enough about the Joker War to have gone and picked them up.
Yeah, no.
And same with Justice League Dark.
Oh.
If it's really good, I like it.
It's good.
So maybe I should just keep Justice League Dark going, because
I don't know. You don't have to. It just ended an arc, so it just finished up the whole.
But it goes into that argument, like, if you like something, you have to support it, or they're not going to continue doing it. And Justice League Dark is a cool concept, and I don't really want to see it.
It's a good book.
Yeah.
It's gonna have a future state book, or not future state. What's the winter thing that's happening?
Endless Winter?
Yeah, it's gonna be part of that. It seems like they could ditch Wonder Woman now. I'm hoping they do. I don't know. Zatanna has her own, like, young adult book. So I'm just like, so these characters are big enough that they can get their own, like, young adult books, which is what you're trying to get kids into your comic books, right? Why would you not
Make an adult line,
yeah.
too.
By the way, I did order that Animorphs graphic novel.
Did you?
I did. It's not here yet, but I'm really pumped about it.
You look very, very excited.
I'm really pumped about it. Kai's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" But I don't care.
All right, on to the content of the...
Yeah, no, I don't know how to synopsize this. That's not the right word, but... Like... Fuck, I can't even remember dude's name.
Alucard? You forgot Alucard?
Oh, dude, I want to see him versus John Constantine versus Dresden. Cage match, no holds bar.
But they're different.
I know, but it'd be fucking badass.
Alucard,
Dude, John goes against vampires.
John would lose.
Dresden goes against vampires.
Yeah, John would lose.
Why?
100%.
Why? Fuck that. He'd
I think
shoot lasers out of his dick.
I think Alucard would win. I think Constantine would go down quick.
Bullshit.
Dresden would put up a better fight.
No, he'd get knocked in the head again and then fucking die.
No, you'll see why. You just gotta give it a minute. You'll see.
I gave it a minute. There's fucking Nazis.
Yeah, but no, you gotta get to like the end of the story, and then it'll make sense.
So
there's a specific reason why Alucard would beat Dresden.
Man, fuck
I
that.
can't- I
think
can't.
I think John would put up a better fight than that. I don't think you're giving him enough credit.
Based on what I've seen in the TV show and the movie, he
Oh,
would get
fuck that!
he would
Fuck
get his
that!
he would get his ass handed to him.
All right. Anyway, so you got Alucard, who is
A Midian.
he's not a vampire.
No, I don't know. I was trying to do research on what a Midian was. I don't know if you did.
No.
But that's what the...
I didn't know that's what she called him.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like a certain subset of kind of monsters. I couldn't find that much research on it. I didn't look overly hard. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, he's a vampire.
So what's that chick's name?
Integra?
Yeah, Integra, the boss.
Yeah. Integra...
And they're
Winsgate
like...
Hellsing.
And they're basically like a monster hunter organization, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that works for the English government.
Right. Which was interesting, too, that they set this in England. Just thought that was interesting.
Where's... yeah, I guess Dracula takes place, like, the original Dracula.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it is there. Transylvania.
Yeah, but that's not England.
No, but that's, like, over there. That makes sense, actually. I didn't think about that. Anyway.
And it fits in with the whole Nazi operation better than if it was, like, in Japan.
Right. I guess that's a good point. Didn't think of that.
And you've got the interesting dichotomy between the Protestants and the Catholics, with the Irish and the...
Yeah, fuck that Irish dude. I cannot read that shit.
Father Anderson?
Oh, man. Father Anderson can get bent. Holy fuck.
I love it.
It took me longer to read that than anything else. Because, like, I cannot... I'm, like, trying to just, like, let it roll and, like, read it as you'd enunciate it. And there's some things where I'm just like, well, I don't know what you're saying, so I'm just going to keep going and see if I can figure out from the context.
Well, no, that's what you got to do, because that's basically when you hear somebody talking that you don't understand them, but you understand like 90% of it. You're just like, all right, well, I don't know what that word was, but it must not have been that important. I get the gist of what you're saying.
It's like when I was reading that 77 comic, and I'm like, this is all British terminology that I don't know. And have to somehow fucking figure out to actually care about this. But anyway, they're a monster hunting organization, and there's like a whole story how Alucard is like part of that family's... How Integra essentially like owns him, right? Her father.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like she's his master.
Yeah.
He serves the House of Hellsing.
Yeah. And they pick up this...
They do a flashback thing in here, right?
Yep.
Or he has a dream sequence.
Yep. And then... I don't know. It's fucking badass. They just go around and kill shit. Like, that's really all you need to know. There's Nazis. The one thing I fucking love... Well, for one, they got that...
We gotta go into, like, the actual plot of it, right? With the Nazis, not that there's just Nazis.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah.
They're trying to take over the fucking world.
No,
they're Nazis.
No, they're not. They're not. This guy is a fucking lunatic. All he wants is war, 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 war. He wants to go from one glorious battle to the next glorious battle. He just wants there to be chaos and conflict. He's not about conquering the world.
Yes, he is. He talks numerous times about the master race. Dude, it is.
But the master
race,
out of
the Nazi playbook.
The master race is creating Midians, which is what he's doing. He has a battalion of like 1,000 vampire soldiers.
Right.
Yeah, but no, all he wants to do is like he just wants there to be war. He doesn't want to rule anything.
Yeah, he wants to conquer everything.
No, they ask him, what is your objective, Air Colonel? He says to savor the joy of var limitlessly from the next war and the next war and the next. That's all he wants.
Nice accent.
Yeah,
I can read the German shit. It's the Irish dude that fucks me up.
Yeah, no, I love
Drunk bastards.
I love
I mean that respectfully. No, Father Anderson's an interesting character as well. I didn't realize that he was going to be like a Midian as well. I mean, he's kind of some sort of monster of something.
No, he's man. He's just got magical abilities. He's got the power of faith.
Okay, so I clearly read this all wrong. I got nothing what you got. I thought he was like just like Alucard. He had like some sort of mystical powers.
No, he has mystical
He's like a
powers, but
monster.
he's not a monster.
But
He's a
Alucard's
human.
not really a monster.
No, Alucard is a monster.
He is, but he's like chained up. I just figured that was like Father Anderson. Father Anderson answers to a man. He answers to the Catholic Church.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. That's based on...
How's that a different thing?
Because at any point in time, Father Anderson is obliged to turn against other people. That's how it is in any church. If somebody in those kinds of organizations, if the people in leading you are going astray, you turn against them. Alucard can never turn against Integra because she is his master.
Doesn't really seem like Father Anderson can turn against his orders either. He follows orders. All right, fair enough. You know more about this than I do. I'll just go with it.
Okay. But yeah, he's not a monster. He's human.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's a lot of blood drinking, which is very interesting that they're popping blood pouches like fucking Capri Suns.
Yeah, it's True Blood style.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny. I laughed my ass off about that. The page turns, the page spreads are fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I do.
Detail on some of that shit.
Yeah, the detail in the blood.
The detail in the blood, the detail in like the cityscape. Like there's that one that I sent you. Oh, the fucking gun coming up in the peephole. You're like, that's nothing. That still sticks out in my head from this first volume. Like that's fucking badass. That's badass.
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Nobody can see it, but
yeah, no, I didn't know what you sent to me. That's where Alucard has just thrown all the soldiers when he's in Brazil out the window. They're all impaled on pillars, a la very old symbolism with Dracula. And he's just standing there. And like we were talking the other time about how silence is like fucking clutch. Where the only words on here for like
couple pages is just people dying.
Well, there's that. You got the TV reporter
Screams.
screaming. Then there's other people screaming. That's one page. And then the next 5 pages is no words. But
just like people looking at each other.
Yeah, and like facial expressions and all of them like you can feel the emotions and you're just like, oh wow. You don't need the words. And then you got motherfucker clapping.
Yep. Yeah. This was not what I was expecting at all.
Oh, what were you expecting?
I mean, a vampire hunter, essentially. I don't know. This is way, way, way different than what I thought it was going to be. But it's super cool.
So way better.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Vampire hunting's cool.
Yeah. Well, like, is it better? Like, you probably thought it was going to be cool.
Too. That was a cool scene, too.
But you probably thought, that's a gorgeous picture where all the Zeppelins are taking off.
It's...
Yeah, because you came into this pretty blind.
Yeah. Yeah, I just was like, I know you talked about it a lot, and I saw the nice, cool collection of it, and I was like, well, I'm trying to, like, be more into manga for this podcast, and I'm like, well, not that I'm not into manga, it's just, like, I don't have a lot to say about it. Like, this manga right here is very interesting to me in that it's very battle-driven, like a lot of manga, right? There's a lot of fighting. You have monsters. You got vampires or Midians or whatever. There's a lot of political shit going on, though, too. Like, you have these...
But it's not political.
Right. Okay, yeah, let's preface that. But you have, like, a lot of, like... It's kind of like... This is a bad example, but I just got done reading Dune, and that's, like, more about, like... the political landscape and like outmaneuvering your opponent with your smarts versus war. Not that there aren't battles, but like that's not the focus of the book at all, right? This very much has a lot of cool fucking fight scenes, but is also they're playing like head games with each other, right? And there's these different factions all trying to get their own piece of something, and then you got crazy Nazi Var man, who's
Air Colonel.
yeah, he's like fucking Hitler Jr.
I
here.
don't. Does he even have a name? I just thought they always.
I think they just call him Air Colonel.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure he's like probably Hitler's son.
Yeah.
Is Hitler even dead? Like that's kind of the thing too. Like he keeps going back to these mysterious people that you can't really see either.
No, those people are just. They would be like the Nazis who escaped, the high-ranking Nazi officials who escaped. Hitler's dead. That's why he's
the
taking
ones
over.
in Antarctica.
Yeah, that's maybe. Yeah.
Dude, so
But no, hold on. He's calling himself the new Kremler.
right.
And they're pissed off about that because they want to be the Kremler or
Right.
whatever. So that in this universe, in this fictional universe, Hitler's dead.
But-
Real.
But he's kicking ass and taking names and
But
going
then
up the ladder.
even on this page, when Integra's like, "What's your goal?" and he's like, my goal, you say? If you must go that far, Fraulein, we do not have any goal."
Dude, fuck that. They're Nazis. They all have the same goal.
No, he's.
But it is funny how they end up in South America. So I feel like maybe the next book they're going to end up in Antarctica. It's crazy how my life keeps intersecting with Nazis lately.
Uh-oh.
In my literature.
It's a dangerous.
It is.
People are gonna be starting to ask questions.
Like I read that Secret Machines book.
I mean, you're even doing the salute.
asshole.
For those listening at home,
I
and there's
talk
no
with
video.
my hands,
yeah, exactly.
alright?
He was just indicating vaguely, but
I read Secret Machine. Now I'm scared to talk with my hands. Fuck. I read Secret Machines. That had a whole Nazi thing, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, this is super fucking interesting. Like, I was telling you about it, like, they got all this secret technology and shit like that, and you're like, yeah, you're gonna go down this rabbit hole, and they're gonna be, you're like, there's some people that say they're still in Antarctica and all this shit, and they fucking go to Antarctica, right? Then, la-di-da-di-da, I'm like, oh, Hellsing, I know nothing about this. I'm like, oh, there's some Nazis in here. And where did they go? South America. What did they do in Secret Machines? They went to South America, and then they went to Antarctica.
You want spoilers? No spoilers? Okay.
No, I'm sure they don't, but...
Okay. Yeah, they don't. What happens next is, like, one of the more peculiar kind of things that happens in most of the manga I've read. Like... But you don't want spoilers?
No!
Okay.
Because I'm pretty
So
sure I'm going to order this pretty soon.
We'll leave that for
Let's see what the price is.
the end.
What do you mean the end?
Like when we get to the third trade. Third omnibus that comes out in May.
Damn, that price didn't drop yet. Fuckers. Ooh. Volume 1 went up in price, though. You guys should have bought this a couple weeks ago when we did.
Yeah.
It's up to $38.84 again.
Oh, that's still a great deal.
Volume 3 is not until June 1st, 2021.
June? What?
Yeah.
Okay, so that they're doing that bullshit again. So one of the reasons why this book means so much to me, or like has stuck with me so long, is that they would release one volume a year.
Fuck.
So I think it's 10. I picked it up around 3. So I was waiting 7 years to get the conclusion of the story. And it was so good. And I knew where I could read it online. But I refused to read it online until I could get it in my hands.
Blade of the Immortal is the other deluxe one that I was looking at. But you're right, they do have a Berserk one too. Have you read Blade of the Immortal?
No, but I have read Berserk. Berserk is fucked up.
Fair enough.
It's really good. I think it's really long. I think it's still going.
Yeah, I mean, they have a deluxe volume number 8.
Yeah, that's one I would like to pick up at some point in time. Because what I read, what I had read online,
in July.
What I had read online was really good. It's really complicated. Like it starts out, I can't remember his name. I think it's Guts. It starts out with him like for like 3 volumes, it's like the present time,
Yeah.
and then it goes into like 8, 10 volumes of all the build up to what's going on currently. And it's kind of
It's from
gut-wrenching.
1989.
Yeah, and it's still going.
Yeah. There's a TV series, feature films, video games.
Yeah, they made one of those Dynasty Warrior versions.
Have you got guts? No guts, no glory. You can get Deluxe Volume 1, 2, and 3 right now for the low, low price of $110.82.
And they're like this hardcover. Big.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's not too bad.
Deluxe, oversized, 7x10, deluxe hardcover editions, nearly 700 pages amassing the first 3 Berserk volumes. This is just Deluxe Volume 1. Did I add it to my cart by accident? No. Yeah. This was one, like, I know I was at one time, like, you gave me One Punch, and One Punch was cool, but I was like, oh, I should, like, try to find some adult-type manga. Why this one didn't cross my path, I don't know.
Because you were waiting for it to come out in hardcover.
Right. This one actually came up on a lot of lists that I saw, and I know that I asked you about it, and you were like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I told you.
You told me it was really fucked up.
When you asked what were some adult ones, I think that was one of the first ones I put on there.
If this is not a selling point for you, it also has the bookmark, too. The Berserk.
Oh, shit.
Dude, that art is fucking bad ass.
Yeah, see. No, I know.
That is beautiful. No, look at the deluxe edition.
Oh, no, it's
All you people out there, go to Amazon, fucking look at this shit. A fantasy manga like no other. The Game of Thrones of manga. People.
Yeah,
And then
that's...
there's an official guidebook. I guess these are all the non. Oh, that's fucking creepy too. I might have to pick this up. Fuck, man. Weighs 4 pounds.
Mm.
You could take someone out with that.
Yeah.
So, if you're in the business of getting a good book, I can't really recommend that. But if you need a weapon,
I recommend it. I highly recommend it.
if you need a weapon, get either Hellsing or this. That was the other thing I got to say too. That was nice to sit down and read. That took me a while to get through it all. I feel like I sit down with those little ones, kind of going back to the format thing, but
and you just burn through them. Yeah.
Again, I felt you disagree with me on this, but I feel like some manga is rather like, I want to say shallow, but that's not the word. Like, it's very, I'm going to say it and then you're going to tell me how wrong I am, but like,
excellent.
Like some of it just doesn't seem very deep. But then you raise a lot of, like, then we talk about it and I was like, well, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. This, I felt like, I was like trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is Anderson going to do? And what's this Nazi guy? Like, I was like really on the edge of my seat versus like, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head right now is One Punch Man. Like, he goes around and battles dudes, right? And it's cool.
Well, no, One Punch Man isn't like surface level isn't that complicated.
Right.
It's when you go into like analyzing the characters and their motivations and what I think his name is One is trying to convey about the story or about the superhero genre of comics and how there are ways to make it better and the parody and satire, the parody that's going on in it. And just in like regular shonen stories as well, he's kind of poking fun at it like, hey, you can make this shit a lot deeper. And like you can see the character development that's going on in there is a lot more interesting. But yeah, the words that they're using and what they talk about isn't that deep. What the fight like you're just there for the fight scenes. And in like Hellsing, there are some like very like subtle subtexts that you pick up on it, and they don't actually explain all of it, but it like piques your intrigue about what's going on. And then it's also got fucking crazy ass fight scenes.
Right. I think that's what I was trying to say with like, it's interesting you have these different factions all trying to accomplish things. And then towards the end, like, Father Anderson and Alucard's groups are kind of like, you know, we're going to have to work together because we both want the same thing. They're both really uneasy about it, right? But they also realize that the higher evil is the little Nazi fuck.
The other thing that maybe is different is the page length of chapters. Because these chapters are longer than, well, not One Punch, but like, because One Punch has zero format of how long its chapters are.
Yeah,
There
that I've noticed.
There are some chapters that are
Right.
like 10 pages, and then other chapters that are 60. Like, all right, man, you do you. But like Bleach, Naruto, like most of the shonen things, most comics that are published week to week. I'm pretty sure this was a monthly when it was coming out. You can obviously pack a lot more in there story wise because you have a longer time to develop it as opposed to like you got a deadline every week that you got to pump out 18 pages and you also have to have the next week's
So this guy,
issue.
this guy is like some of these people now that are saying, fuck the comic industry, I'm going to make a trade and I'm going to put it out on Kickstarter. I'm going to write a whole story and instead of having that deadline.
No, he still had a deadline. That's why he was asking for assistance in there.
But you're saying they only release this like once a year.
That's what Dark Horse was doing.
Oh.
It was being published month to month.
Well, it's still even month to month compared to some of those mangas that come out week to week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, you think about some of them bi-weekly comics, I'm just like, how the fuck do they do that?
Yeah, well, they have different artists on it.
But like to write all that shit, I don't know, man. It's
Some writers can do it, it's like because we've already seen that there are tons of writers who have like multiple books in the work. But whether or not they had them like written out beforehand or they're doing them week to week, they're like how that process
how
works.
good they are.
Yeah, which is another thing. And mainstream comics don't necessarily have to be good to sell well. Story wise.
I'll save that thought for later.
But like one of the big things, because there's only a certain amount of manga magazines that are published. I don't know the number. But like you get your prestigious ones like Shonen Jump. They only run maybe 12 titles at a time. That's just a hypothetical number.
Okay.
But that means that there are only 12 slots.
So it's got to be good.
Yeah, it has to be like they have polls in the like monthly about which stories people like the most.
Right.
And the ones that are on that chopping block, if they reach like a certain like lower threshold, they just get cut.
That's like that manga that you had me read that one time.
Yeah.
The manga writer where he was trying to become a mangaka.
Yeah, I forgot what that's called. That got cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it didn't have enough. It ended like satisfactorily enough, but like there could have been a lot more, so we had to wrap it up very quickly. It's like the Phantom Photograph or something.
I'd also like to say that I really like the, like, I know all manga's black and white, but this story especially, I really, really, really got into the art and the black and white and what that does. It's kind of like we talked about the power of silence, but like the power of silence in that black and white, and like you said, the detail in the blood is insane. So if you guys like blood out there, this is a good book for you. If you like to drink blood out of a Capri Sun pouch, you may be Jeffrey Dahmer. But like, I don't know. I love that, and like the or is that what they're called? The screen tones and shit.
Mm-hmm. Screen tones, yeah.
Like the contrast, like everything about this Who's that one guy? That guy was fucking nuts too. Go back. That guy. Or is that Alucard?
Klaus.
Klaus. Yes.
The gun for hire.
I gotta fucking read this again. I'm sorry, man. It's been a couple weeks. I apologize to everybody. I had a COVID freak out over here.
It is my fault.
I honestly do think it's a pretty serious thing. I now know a couple people who died from it, so I'm being very careful.
Condolences.
No, they were older people, right? And some had health complications and whatnot. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so this isn't as fresh in my mind as I thought.
Did you have this like fucked up page?
Did I what?
Have this fucked up page? Like this one right here?
How's it fucked up?
It's super dark. It's way darker than it should be, I feel.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I think mine's that way though too.
Yeah,
The part where she's licking the blood off, yeah.
No, not this. This page, the inverse page, the beginning of Order 27.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to check, but I think it's fucked up. Rip Van Winkle, when she first shows up, that's one of my favorite panels. This right here.
Oh, yeah, that is a badass one too. Dude, the detail on the guns even. Like the writing and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I've been around guns. I've seen like really fancy artwork and shit done on guns, like
All from your 40K stuff.
that, but
Or you
like
mean,
also
like,
real life guns.
Oh.
Like I've seen like really cool intricate things like etched into the metal on guns and different things like that. Like I've seen a lot of guns. That the way I love guns in manga. Like they oversize every. No, I did. This sounds dumb, but like I always think of the first time I saw the Trigun.
Oh yeah,
his
fuck
gun.
yeah.
Like this big ass fucking Desert Eagle pistol, but it's not a Desert Eagle. It's nothing like that. Like it's bigger than that even. Like just the fucking detail on it and the screws and the like these guns are super fucking cool. Which sounds like a dumb thing to
what's
bring
really
up.
weird? Because in Japan you're not allowed to have guns.
Right.
But there are huge
Dude,
gun enthusiasts.
That goes back to that fucking Gantz. That still creeps me out. That was the most uncomfortable thing I think I've read, and I read that fucking weird fairy tale fuck story.
Yeah. No, we talked about that. That was likewise one of the most disturbing things to have read, especially now. I don't think when I first read it, it had been. I think there had only been like a few, like, shootings of that nature.
So you read that years ago, huh?
Yeah. Like college probably.
It wasn't as rampant as what it was now, or
'Cause
at
I
least
think-
rampantly reported.
Because I think the only real big one had been Columbine, right?
Yeah, I think Sandy Hook and all that stuff was after.
Sandy Hook kicked it off in like 2012 or 13.
Right. What about the movie theater? Were we still in college then? The Joker?
That was The Dark Knight Rises.
I think we were out of college then. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it didn't have that. It was still one of those more like fictitious, like, holy crap, that's crazy. But there's no way that could ever happen. And then now it's like, oh fuck.
I didn't realize it was that old, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's done. And it's like 200 something chapters. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it being black and white, those details can stand out more than if it was in color.
Interesting.
I found myself staring at these pictures longer, and I know I said like it really made me take a step back and like appreciate things, but like that stark contrast is a lot easier to see, and like there are certain things that he does that really makes things stand out. The other really, really, really big thing, and I'm not going to grandstand on it a lot because we've gotten on the soapbox a lot, but you turn those page turns, right? There is a really cool page turn. I don't remember what I was reading this week. Something in my weekly comics pile. And like I turn the page and it's a double page ad for fucking Snickers. And I'm like, oh, fucking great. And I turn the page and I'm just like, that's what I should have saw. Like, it should have went from here to there. You shouldn't have fucking put that ad in there.
Mm.
Like, you totally took me out of it. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. And then I'm like, fucking Snickers. Cool. Flip the page. You know what I mean? Like, this, like, has power. And, like, we've talked about it in the indie shit, that it's not there. And there is a lot of power in that shit that they are robbing themselves by putting these advertisements in. And you can't even tell me it's about the fucking money. Nobody is paying you to put a fucking advertisement in there that says, wear your masks. Fuck you.
They might be.
Who?
CDC. The government.
The CDC ain't paying fucking DC to put their fucking superheroes in masks. If they are, and the government is, we have money to be better spent elsewhere. I'm not going to get on that tangent.
Well, no, like, who puts the commercials on TV? The, like, public health awareness shit.
The PSAs?
Yeah.
I assume the government.
So why wouldn't
Okay.
why wouldn't they do it in comics?
Why would they do it in a fucking comic book?
Yeah, cause really, yeah. Well, no, that's funny because the stereotype is that most people who read comics don't go out often.
I fit that.
Yeah.
I fit that before COVID. My life hasn't changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, no, that's one of the great things too. It's like, oh wait, well, we can't go to bars, we can't go out to restaurants, we can't go to movie theaters. We're not supposed to go to shopping malls. Okay. We're supposed to stay home and not go outside and not interact with people,
and
read
party
books,
in
watch
my yard
movies, and paint and read, like all those things, like your quarantine goals. Like I'm gonna read all these books and learn to play music and work on my craft. Like, wait, what?
That was my life before COVID.
It would have actually been really funny if you did the inverse, where they're like, you can't do all this shit, and you're just like, well, fuck you, now I'm going to.
People made fun of me at work. Like,
Because
when
you
that
didn't
first
change.
happened, like, people would bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch, and then they'd look at me and they're like, you're like a pig in shit. And I was like, I mean, I'm not bragging, but, like, I do enjoy sitting at home reading a book. Like, I'm not gonna... It doesn't really affect me other than I can't go to the bookstores anymore. Not that I can't. I mean, we did a couple times. It's just easier just to get it online at this point. Which I do feel bad about, because I do like to support my local stores.
You want to go tomorrow?
I can't tomorrow.
Oh.
I got shit to do.
Alright.
Well, I shouldn't say possibly. I'm sure I'm dragged into something.
Woo, fun times.
It depends. I now have a door on my garage, though. A door handle on my garage again.
Oh, sweet.
Right. It's locked, but it's nice.
I won't touch it.
You didn't break it the last time.
No, I just put it on its last leg.
No, the funny thing was the door was unlocked. It was just froze shut.
No. I broke it the other time.
Oh. It was already dying.
Well, no, that's funny because I didn't want to break it the first time. That's why I was like,
Oh, yeah, and then I'm like, just fucking... Yeah, that was my fault. Anyway, I truly do believe, like, the black and white, though, like, I think you can convey more than color sometimes. I like color, don't get me wrong, but, like, black and white is cool.
Well, no, color is even better when you don't have it. Because, like, we're not getting it in this, which I don't know why they don't do that in these, like, Omnibuy collections. Because there are, like, some of those panels that have the heavy screen tone that are, like, are different. You can tell there's something different from, like, the regular things. Those were originally printed in color. So I don't know why they didn't.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Because every once in a while, like, new titles will have the first...
Yeah.
the first couple pages in color,
Right.
just to like grab your attention or whatever.
Right.
And then like the ones that are super popular, every once in a while we'll get a few color pages, which is cool, but also kind of shitty because the actual interesting panels that you actually would probably want to see in color aren't until later on in the issue most of the time.
Yeah.
So like most of the time when what I've noticed is like there'll be like the opening page, but they'll do like a 2-page spread of like a title. That'll be a very intricate fucking
Title
piece
page.
of work,
Yeah.
but it's just a glorified title page. But it's in color, so it looks cool.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because they don't actually have to color the shit, they can get more intricate with the black and white and take more time on that because they know they don't have to color it.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but I don't know. It comes back to that whole thing where I learned that there are a lot more people who work on individual titles than what I had originally thought. Like as we've seen in this, he asks for assistance all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So actually having assistance is like a big thing. Like that one manga we were talking about the guy who wants to be an artist or whatever. I don't remember. I don't know how far you got, but he has like a team of 3 other people helping him, like do like he'll go out and like draw like all the characters and stuff, but he'll have somebody else do like certain types of backgrounds and add certain shading. Like he initially puts out like usually I think this is how it works. The manga will initially put it out and like have their style and everything like displayed, and then they get assistants to like replicate that style.
Sure.
And do the inking and
Kind of like
stuff.
Magnolia did it at one time.
Yeah.
Right. Because he couldn't write and draw it.
So there's actually a lot more people who work on these stories. They just don't get the credit, like in Western things. But it's still confusing that. So if the teams are the same, like what are like there's usually like a penciler, a writer, an inker, a letterer, and a colorist in Western comics. And that takes a month to do, and you've got 5 people doing manga, but they can pump that shit out in a week.
Yeah, but they work a lot harder. I mean, that's across the board. That's a culture thing.
Yeah, I just don't get it really.
I mean, I've heard like Japanese tattoo artists like they work like 12, 14-hour days. Like if that's what you want to do, you work your fucking balls off. Day in and day out. It's a culture thing. It's an honor to them to be doing those trades. And Western society doesn't have that.
All right, so
So
what did you want to bring up?
So I know you don't really care because you're like canceling all of your titles, but like I was like reading comics yesterday and I got the free DC Comics Future State book that just kind of talks about what Future State's going to be all about.
Did you have to order that through Midtown, or they just give it to you?
Hey, I put it in my cart, but it was free. It's a free thing I could get. And so it's booked as a 2-month line-wide event, right? And they're saying it's an all-star lineup of writers and artists. And like they're doing completely different takes on like all the main titles, right?
Mm-hmm. It seems like a kind of interesting concept.
Right. So if you think of the all-stars artists and whatnots of DC, who do you think of?
Currently it's like it would be like King, Snyder, Tinian, fuck, Jim Lee, Grant Morrison. Those would be artists or writers. artists would be like Greg Capullo, the Fabrio. Well, no, not Jim Lee. Jim Lee would be artist. The writer would be Jeff Johns.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's all of them
Okay.
that I know.
Okay. So would you be surprised to know that none of them are writing any of those things or drawing any of those things?
No, not surprised.
What do you think of that?
What?
I mean, Joshua Williamson has a couple.
Oh yeah, he's another writer.
He's pretty big.
Yeah.
And this Ram V guy, I hear he's an up and coming guy. He's doing the Swamp Thing, and that's some of the pictures I showed you, which I'm super pumped about.
Yeah. Well, no, but based on those pictures you posted or showed, that looks dope.
Yeah, I gotta see who the artist is. Mike Perkins is the artist. I've never heard of him.
So what was the pitch of this? These are like all the great creators that are bringing this, or
DC Future State gives fans a look at the future of the DC universe this January. An all-star lineup of writers and artists introduce future DC superheroes and terrifying new supervillains in this two-month line-wide event.
oh, so All Star is just like a marketing term,
Okay, I get that.
but it's deceiving. Yeah.
Well, no.
But it's comics, so.
No, but why did all the big names just drop off? Are they leaving?
Snyder is. Tinian's not. Williams isn't. Morrison is.
I mean, the
Jim
Williamson's on here. Bendis is on here.
Oh, Bendis is the other big writer, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really care.
But he's just doing the same Legion book.
No, Bendis might be leaving from what I heard.
Oh, there's a Mr. Miracle book. Or maybe, that's an oversized comic. So Future State of Metropolis, or Superman of Metropolis. There's Superman of Metropolis, The Guardian, and Mr. Miracle. I don't know. Everybody's talking about all these big shakeups at DC. Like, are they... Like, is Tinian going to go back on Batman? Is Batman done?
Isn't he still on Batman?
He is now, but in February, is that all going to be wiped out?
Oh, no, this is just like a 2-month thing.
Is it?
Yeah. That's what has been slated. There was.
I mean, the Batman book is called The Next Batman.
And that's written by
John Ridley.
Yeah. He was supposed to be taking over Batman. And that's when Batman was going to be black, and there was all the outcry stuff.
So now they're going to do it because Black Lives Matter happened?
They were going to do it before then, but there was some backlash about it. If Bruce Wayne was actually going to be gone, certain cliques on the internet were not happy with Bruce Wayne being gone and being replaced by a black person. But there was a possibility that this whole... Because it all stems from that, like, 5G notion.
Right. So, is this just like a... Like, I know what you're going to go, but, like, I don't even care about that. Is this just like a 2-month vacation for all those guys?
Yeah. It might be...
I'm just curious because, like, there's all these shakeups, and now they're wiping... It seems like this is, like, their 5G thing was supposed to be a reset, and then they're like, nope, we're not doing that anymore, and they fucking fired Didio. So that got scrapped, and then they're like, well, it's not really scrapped, but we're going to do something else, and then I thought I heard somebody say that this future state was kind of the taking place of the 5G, and then that this was going to be the reset because death metal was going to blow everything up.
When does death metal end?
January.
When this winter start?
Right then.
When does
the endless
future,
winter.
When does Future
and
State start?
And then Future State is in February, I think.
Yeah, so maybe The death
Oh,
metal ends. It fucks everything up.
sorry. It begins in January through February.
Oh.
So I don't know when the Endless Winter is. Is that going to happen at the same time? The final chapter of Dark Knight's Death Metal is on sale January 5th, and it brings new life to DC's multiverse, kicking off the glimpse into the unwritten worlds of the DC future. But there's that. I really want the winter one because I saw Swamp Thing dressed up as a fucking Viking in one of the ads. So, like, I'm all. And somebody was like, Swamp Viking. And I'm like, fuck yes. Sign me up for 12. I don't know, man. Oh, John Ridley wrote 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, and he wrote the other history of the DC universe, which
I mean, I'm not questioning if they're all stars. Like, that wasn't my question at all. It's just like,
what happened to the known
right,
the
is
known
everybody
name
leaving?
also?
Are they getting fired? Are they gonna reboot everything again? If so, why is there not a Hellblazer? Which doesn't even really, that's not even DC. It's their Black Label. Every time I hear Black Label, I think of Scotch or fucking chewing tobacco, and I don't know why. I don't know why the chewing tobacco. There is a Black Label Scotch though.
I think of those Salem.
Oh yeah, those two, the Salem cigarettes, the fucking Black Labels. At the end of time, Swamp Thing reveals its true intention, ruling supreme until a remnant of humanity launches a rebellion, and Black Adam looks to the past as the only way to save the future of the multiverse. That's from the Justice League family. Oh. A new league is built on secret identities, but an old and evolved enemy with those will use these secrets to try and overthrow the world. For the supernatural heroes of Justice League Dark, the very fabric of reality has shifted, and heroes are being hunted.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I want to do the voiceovers for trailers. I think I'd be good at that. Anyway.
I mean, it's a thing you could do if you wanted to.
Yeah. There's lots of things I could do.
I mean, I don't know. I think you can do voiceovers for trailers. We could get trailers for movies, and you could.
No, we'll get fucking canceled because of copyright.
No. I think you could like that, cause you alter it in a fashion.
Parody.
So yeah, cause there are channels that do that sort of stuff.
Oh, well then it's not original. I'm trying to come up with something original here.
No, it's fine. You can.
I mean,
If you, no. Even if it's not original, like there's nothing like that's one of the big things that happens. So like there's a very popular game. One person does it, starts playing it, it gets like lots of clicks. Then everybody starts doing it. Same with like viral videos. People do reactions to it, and there are tons and tons and tons. And then what you do is you just try to weed out the ones that are good, and then you just follow those channels. So if you've got like an interesting little take on a trailer, you could write it up, do the voiceover for it, and no, never know.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this future state or DC or anything. I just want more Swamp Thing and Hellblazer and Justice League Dark.
Write letters.
Batman's been pretty decent too. I have been enjoying Batman still.
Yeah, it's because Tinian's doing it.
Yeah, well, I'm not following this future state shit, I'll tell you that. I don't have any real interest in it, other than whatever book turns Swamp Thing into a Viking. But I think that's part of that winter thing. But I don't understand when that's happening, because I thought that was happening in January. But maybe there's going to be multiple things happening.
From what I've understood, the future state stuff is just like an Elseworlds 2 months thing that they're trying to reconfigure what they're going to be doing.
But look at that cover.
Oh no, I've seen that cover. That's
the
awesome.
United States of Swampy. Wouldn't be a Toucan Rant if we didn't talk a little bit about Swamp Thing, just saying.
Does that still happen every time?
Yep.
20 episodes in.
The other funny thing is the horse penis thing is kind of a callback to the previous one, too, so. I don't know, man. That's all I got on that. I just wanted to, like, bring it up, because I didn't really do any research on it other than I'm like, where the fuck are all the people who are normally writing this stuff? Like, is Tom King's cat bat thing gonna happen during that time?
Yeah.
Cat bat. Yeah, Catwoman, Batman. Batman, Catwoman.
Oh,
Cat bat.
We were going like a cat dog route.
So you want a human centipede, Batman, and Catwoman?
No.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of the animals.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I know cat dog. Cat dog is kind of like a weird animal human centipede thing, only it's butt to butt instead of mouth to butt.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of, like, when you said cat bat, though. I know you guys were talking about comic books, but that's not where my brain went. I just thought about the animals. I took it very literally. And you took it to a weird place.
I'm good at that. See, I may hold us back on the review part and not know what I'm talking about, but I take it to a weird place.
Sometimes that's where you need to go.
Fuck, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I will say I did read The Scumbag. That was pretty cool. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool book. So, Rick Remender, props to you again.
I think you had mentioned it.
I mentioned that I had picked it up, but I hadn't read it yet. And it's pretty cool. It's like the shittiest dude in the world. He's just like a drug addict, and he ends up, he's trying to score drugs, and he gets some, but it turns out to be like not the drug he thinks it is, and it's a drug that connects him to like this alien, maybe not alien, but like this higher power that's like, who the fuck are you type people. Like, he's now sent on this mission to save the world, and he's like, all he literally wants to do is get fucked up. So it's kind of cool.
Oh,
Remender does good shit though.
I got one of my Kickstarters last week.
Which one?
Okimus. I think that's how you
back that one.
Which is the like Power Rangers, but if the Power Rangers were bad guys and the villains were the good guys.
Is it good?
I was preoccupied, so I didn't get to read it. But tomorrow it's on the slate.
Nice.
Maybe I'll even do a review of it.
You should.
I'll type it up.
Yeah, you should.
And then we can talk about it.
Yeah, it'd be good.
And I'll pitch it to you and be like, hey, this is either really good or it's really... Well, I guess I should have to... If it's good, I'll review it.
Your gimmick can be how many tall cans you give it. 0
Yeah.
tall cans, 1 tall can in the air, or 2 tall cans in the air.
Oh, that's our scoring system?
Well, that's what I was trying to do. I thought of it when I was like 1 thumb, 2 thumbs, and I'm like, wait, cans.
Man.
It's pretty clever. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Dees.
I try.
Dees.
Once in a while, a cool idea crosses my mind. I also have a very cool thing in the works that I cannot disclose. But, depending on when this is uploaded, it'll either be on the Twitter feed, or it won't be on the Twitter feed. I got some more work to do on it.
Suspense.
Yeah, it's going to be good, I think. I think it'll be funny.
I really like
I just have to figure out what hashtags to put on it, because I want to see if I can make it go viral.
I really like how you call it the Twitter. I mean, I do too. But, like,
I'm 33 fucking years old. There is technology that is beyond me right now, okay? I don't use Twitter that much. I'm just finally discovering how powerful it can be. I'm talking to a goddamn comic book creator. Well, I didn't talk to him. JD did, but
You could have. I told you.
I talked to him through JD. JD said what I wanted to say. So
Vicariously.
I told him that if he did write the Bigfoot erotica, we would be the first in the pre-order line.
I honestly want to do another review on it and
Well,
see
no,
if we
we're
get some more views.
We're going to, like, when the second one comes out.
Oh, it's on its way.
Then we can talk about the first one and the second one now that I've actually read them.
You read
And
the second one?
I read the first one.
Oh.
But I can just buy like digital copies of it.
Okay.
I could buy the entire thing, and then I could be.
Fuck you. That's what you're gonna do.
I could
You're gonna
hold
do it. You're
over,
gonna be like,
like,
I know what happens. I know what
oh,
happens.
just wait to issue 3 when you find out that Bigfoot. And... no, if I did get it, I wouldn't read it. I'd wait.
Well, that's fair.
It's really funny though, like a lot funnier than I actually thought it was. And then, like, cause I felt really bad about like bringing up the Bigfoot thing and be like, oh fuck, he's like he probably hates us because we were like intertwining like Bigfoot and like bringing up Bleeding Fool and like how like having balanced fucking commentary on stuff is good. But then after reading it, it was like, oh no, that was probably kind of funny to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of put at ease a little bit.
Well, that's good. I mean, he commented. If he didn't like it, he wouldn't have commented. I don't think.
Motherfucker didn't give us a thumbs up though.
Okay. He liked it though. He gave it a heart.
Oh, the tweet, but
Yeah.
not the video.
Oh. Motherfuckers. He didn't subscribe either, huh? Still only 3
Because
subscribers.
we don't know how to pitch yet.
No,
We fucked it up.
I was doing good. I started. You did the introduction, and I would read it, and then you made fun of me the one week. You're like, you're too like intense in the beginning, and I'm like, we gotta catch them. We gotta bring them in.
I think
you
I'm
gotta
not-
cast your net and fucking snare the motherfuckers.
If you need someone to tell your followers or watchers, viewers, to
Listeners,
smash the like button and hit subscribe, Kai is your guy. He's
yeah,
got
he
that.
is good at
He
that.
literally says that every day. Like,
I should
Oh,
record.
yeah,
We should record him saying that. That can be our drop.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Toucan Rant has become a brainstorming session for Toucan Rant. You guys are in on the ground level. You're seeing the inner workings of a very, very complex machine.
It's Toucanception.
I mean, it's pretty complex here, guys. We literally sit down at a table, and depending on the week or whatever, sometimes I have some beers and sometimes I don't, and sometimes we crack some Mountain Dew skis and sometimes we crack some Monsters, and we're wired till 4 o'clock in the morning because we can't sleep, and you just come up with whatever crazy shit you can come up with. And then, like, sometimes we write stuff and then we scrap it all and say fuck it, and sometimes we overread all the stuff. It's fun.
Sometimes Steph's here.
Sometimes she's not. Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. All right, we good?
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, but like we can do the read through if we want. Like,
Are we gonna do the read through on the podcast?
yeah, we can. We can let
Hold
the
on.
we can
Hold
leave
on.
this. Okay, what are we holding to?
Give me 1 minute here.
All right.
I just want to make it so that if we don't want to share what we're about to do with anybody, we don't have to share it with anybody. So I'm trying to create a spot where we can say goodbye and say see you later, sayonara, motherfuckers, get bent, go to hell, whatever else. What?
That was.
Oh my god. It's a fucking basement. Of course there's spiders.
That's fine. He doesn't need to be up in the bubble.
All right, feather fluffers. You can reach us because you probably turned this off already. You can reach us at toucanrant, all one word, at gmail.com. At what?
Gmail.com.
No. What the fuck? That's not our Twitter handle anymore, is it?
Yeah, isn't it like
No,
two
it's
can?
at Toucan Rant, all one word on Twitter.
Oh, we saw the 2_ thing.
Yeah, I still have that in the notes.
Yeah.
See, I have too many notes. I gotta delete some of these notes. I just opened one of them because I knew at the bottom I put the credentials.
Oh Jesus, you know how? Yeah, no, I totally relate. I had like 4 different versions of the fucking this thing. And
Yeah.
I had no clue which one was supposed to be the right one.
Yeah. So I got toucanrant@gmail.com, at toucanrant, all one word on Twitter, and toucanrant at YouTube. And you want to hit give us some likes.
Good enthusiasm.
Ring.
I am smashing all
Ring
them
the bell.
bells.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Welcome to Toucan Rant.
And then I instantaneously switched it up.
You totally fucked it up, though. You were gonna keep going.
But
I
no.
was just about to be like, way to bring the enthusiasm.
Well, no, but then I switched it right away because I realized that I didn't have the energy, nor did I start it with the what is flapping feather fluffers, which is like the beginning.
Do you guys still do that?
Do what?
What's flapping feather fluffers?
Yeah, that's like the opening. I just forgot it
Yeah.
the last
Apparently, if you swear within the first 30 seconds
yeah.
of a YouTube video, you get banned. Well, not banned, but you get
demonetized.
demonetized.
Which we're not. But it's fucking shady as shit now because YouTube monetizes your videos without giving you compensation for it.
Whoa.
Oh, you guys don't know about that?
No.
Yeah, like you have to have 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of viewership in a month in order to be eligible for the whatever partnership that you can get with YouTube. But YouTube was like, so then that means that all the videos that are posted by people with less subscribers and such they don't have any ads in them. Now YouTube's like, we're just gonna put ads on everything. Because there are some, like there's a video game commentator, reporter called Jim Sterling, and he doesn't put ads on any of his shit, but now he has ads. And that was one of the things that he prided himself with, because he doesn't take money from YouTube. All he does is take money from the patrons who support him.
On Patreon.
But
Yeah.
you could totally like play into that, right? Like if you know like some of the rules about getting demonetized, like you probably would have people interested in watching your videos if there's no ads in them, until you get to a point where you have enough subscribers that you're like, all right, now I'll play by the rules or whatever.
Well, no,
Like,
but then if you have enough followers and they're willing to help you out
On Patreon.
yeah, to be patrons, then like you'd never actually need YouTube.
Which YouTube got pissed about. That's probably why they did it.
but nonetheless, like if you swear in the first 30 seconds, like and if you want to keep posting stuff on YouTube and getting more followers and stuff, like do that. They don't have to watch ads.
Fuck!
But there is there is a kind of issue with it because there's always there's been like a couple adpocalypses that have happened where people's videos. You don't know about this stuff?
Well, no, just adpocalypse. Like,
no, it's a hashtag. You could probably look it up.
I don't doubt you at all. That's
a new phrase.
Very clever.
I didn't come up with it. They're like, I think PewDiePie might have had something with it at some point because he said the N-word when he was playing a video game, and then that went viral and people were upset, and certain companies were like, we don't want to be affiliated with this person. Why are our videos showing up on these people's channels? So they're just like, we're gonna pull all our funding or all our ad revenue from YouTube until you figure your shit out, YouTube. And that's a big issue. But now, since they're gonna just be putting ads on every video, that means that any fucking random bullshit video will now be getting ads and be kind of like intertwined with what's ever being published. And there are people who spend their entire days watching YouTube videos and making sure none of the heinous bullshit gets onto the site. And they have like PTSD and they don't have health insurance to go see counselors because there's like
Oh yeah, I have read about that. Yeah, the people that are making sure the content is appropriate, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
not illegal. It's yeah.
so they're seeing like all the like most heinous shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, YouTube video watchers that get PTSD from us. I'm sorry.
I think that's not just YouTube though. That's like Facebook and everything.
Yeah,
right?
Facebook,
Like,
Twitter,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
probably
guys.
Instagram.
If I crossed a line,
no, that's kind of ignorant of you to.
you never know.
No, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
We're probably like
We're talking
What
about
the-
literal PT or P.
like PTSD
PTSD,
inducing
that's-
things like like rotten
dead
rotten
babies and shit,
yeah
you know,
rotten.com.
Okay.
Anything you can imagine that is terrible and horrible uploaded onto the internet, there is a person.
Well,
whose
I'm
job is
taught.
to,
You
like,
said
make
I was
sure-
making shit weird before.
Well, yeah, it's different though. Like,
'Kay.
It's a literal.
I can't apologize to the guy watching this.
But if you are watching it, we appreciate you and thank you for watching this. Hopefully it like adds a little bit of levity to your otherwise dreary day.
Wasn't trying to be ignorant. I was just trying to be like, hey man, I'm sorry. That's your job. Sorry. If I could get you some health insurance, I would. If there's a march to do that, I will support it. Give some money or something.
There is a slight movement about it.
All right, I'll look it up later.
Well, no, because it has to do with I think it might be on Facebook how they're like based on like the whole ad apocalypse thing and how like anytime anything like highly controversial actually gets pushed onto these platforms, like it has severe repercussions for the platforms that it appears on. And the people who are doing this content reviewing are just contractors, so those major corporations aren't obliged to actually give them health care.
Oh,
But
yeah.
without them, but they're still being forced to go
Yeah.
to like work sites to do
Right.
this, so they're essential workers,
Right.
not like in the sense with like the COVID times they're essential workers,
Right.
but also just like to ensure these platforms are able to continue. They are highly important.
So
And-
they get around it with the independent contractor.
yeah.
Right, that's a loophole. So, is there like a delay then from like when you upload our video to when the video is actually available? For them to review all the content? Or maybe there's like an algorithm that like does like a spot check and then kicks anything back that might be weird?
Well-
You're saying for uploading content, like
Yeah,
what
I mean,
gets
so
reviewed?
like
I
if
think every single video gets reviewed.
But it's by like an AI first.
okay, so it first scans it and then anything that could be flagged.
And then somebody watches it.
So, like, our fuck gets us demonetized immediately, and then...
It would be very interesting though if they did like the Fight Club thing. Like if like a very prominent YouTuber like spliced one frame and they inserted a
fuck.
cock picture
Yeah.
and see what happens there.
I'm... If that hasn't been done and you put that idea into the world and now it happens, that would be bad.
I'd be fucking laughing my
Nice,
ass
toy
off.
world.
Yeah. I mean, I don't wish bad upon anybody, but, like, that little kid annoys me.
Do you think he's still making videos? I'm pretty sure that
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's like that his whole family's livelihood.
Yeah, I mean, his parents literally did... He didn't want to do that. It wasn't him. That was his parents. That was his parents trying to fucking make money.
Well, no, there have been like drastic cuts to that stuff as well, though. I think we.
Well, it
talked
doesn't
about
really
that.
matter. I mean, you can go buy Ryan's Toy Review shirts at Walmart now. I mean, you're past that.
Wow.
He has his own toy line. Like, we're past that.
And it's all junk, actually.
Yeah, it really is garbage. Like, it's shitty toys, overpriced, because it's a mystery thing. And, like, kids like those mystery bags. Like,
And you get, like, stickers and putty. And stuff.
yeah, Kai used to be really into that stuff, blind bags and shit. He doesn't seem to be as into that now.
Yeah, they're still posting shit.
Ryan's, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you said they were taking money away, and I'm just like, it doesn't even matter. His main revenue is not YouTube anymore.
Right.
Oh, you don't think so?
Fuck no. If you're selling toys in Walmart,
Well,
clothes and shit, like, no, you're past YouTube money.
Well, I don't know. I don't know though, because like I'm pretty sure there's people that make a lot of money off of.
Right. No, I don't disagree, but like, he has deals on all that merchandising. Merchandising is where the money's at. They don't make. No, it is. That's like, they make movies. Star Wars made more money off the fucking toys when that first ran than it did on the movies. Like,
Toys,
there are
shirts,
movies made
lunch boxes.
literally just for the merchandising.
I don't think it's fair to compare Ryan's Toy World or Toy Review to Star Wars. Personally, like I don't think that's.
There are like tons of like makeup tutorial video things. I don't remember their names right now, but they're kind of famous. You know Sean Dawson?
No.
Anyway.
Oh wait, that's that guy that has recently had all kinds of backlash, right? In the last like 3 months, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but I'm familiar with the kind of a little bit of the like. I watched a video of him acting like a whole fool. Yeah.
And there's like some other guy he's affiliated with. I don't know if that's the correct pronoun. It's somebody
You're
who's
thinking of Jeffree Star.
yeah. There we go. I just don't know the pronouns.
But Jeffree Star got famous from social media. I believe it was from MySpace.
Yeah, from
right?
from social media, and then he was on YouTube. But then he created his own makeup line.
Yeah.
And now, like, all his money comes from the makeup line, not the YouTube. But it's a nice added padding.
Yeah, but still, like, social media is still a very important part in that, though, too. Like, Jeffree Star is very much like a drama queen, right? Like, and there's always a lot of drama around him, much like this.
Sean Dawson. Oh, yeah.
Shane.
It might be Shane.
Yeah, like, there has to be, like, a personality perspective in there as well. But, of course, like, if you're talking about somebody making it big or whatever, of course there's something. But, yeah, in the case of Jeffree Star, I do believe that, yes, merchandising is huge for him. I don't know about Ryan, though. Ryan's Toy Review.
If you got shit in Walmart, though.
Yeah. I guarantee he makes more off of that. YouTube is free advertising, though. Like, I'm not saying they're gonna stop doing it, or he doesn't make money off of it, or YouTube doesn't reap the benefits of it, but like, he's making more money off of those merchandising deals than he is off of YouTube.
But think about...
Especially if YouTube just demonetized everything.
But think about all the 5-year-old kids who will sit there and watch the same Ryan's Toy Review video, like, for 12 hours straight.
Yeah, they get money for that if they watch the ads, and the more views you have of it, that also adds.
But that's a video that's aimed towards kids, right? Like kids that aren't at an age that they will sit there and watch it over and over and over and over again. Like if that's what they want to do. But those kids are not going to Walmart to buy the toys. They
But their
might
parents
ask their mom
are.
and dad, like, I really want this toy, and maybe they'll get that toy or whatever. But like, I really think if you are marketing towards children like that on YouTube who have like the ability to sit there and watch that crap over and over and over again, like, I don't know. I don't know that I believe that Walmart is as big of an income for Ryan as YouTube is.
All right, we'll agree to disagree because none of us
know the actual
Yeah.
facts.
and yeah, or even how to get paid by YouTube.
I just told you we gotta get 1,000 subscribers, and we have to have like maybe 5,000 hours of watch time in that
And then we get $1.
for every view. So if we have 1,000 subscribers and every view on the video,
now I
that's...
gotta follow the rules of not cracking beers and saying fuck.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Just until get
You know,
1,000
I was
subscribers.
gonna like redo my whole outro, and I don't even care anymore. No. I was gonna bring the energy, crack the beer, bring the energy. You guys brought me down.
That's better. It's still just floating there, mid-air, exactly the same spot it was when it tried to take the life.
All right, Feather Fluffers, you know where you can reach us. Like, subscribe, smash the bells.
Nope.
Shut up.
Yeah, we definitely need Kai to do it.
I don't care what it is. They fucking know. If they're on YouTube, they know. The only person that doesn't know is probably me.
But you gotta say it at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, I'm aware. I used to do that until someone made fun of me for it.
I made fun of you because it was on a brief, and you like
Nope.
fucking.
You gotta do it on everything, though. What if somebody's like,
It's their first video.
I'm gonna listen
Alright.
to 2 hours of this shit? Fuck that. Oh, 15 minutes? Alright, I can do that.
Okay, I apologize. I just thought it was funny because you never had done it, and then suddenly you like.
It's something. If we're gonna fucking do this,
Yeah.
we gotta do it.
What did you say? I want to know what you said.
I just said all the fucking ways they can contact us. Alright, we gotta fucking...
All right, here's how the partnership thing works. The basic things. Live in a country where blah blah blah. Have more than 4,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months, and have more than 1,000 subscribers.
And then you get $1 a view?
It's
probably not even $1. Probably like a penny.
I don't know. That requires more reading than I care to do at the minute.
I really honestly don't even believe that if somebody watches the same video over and over and over and over and over again that it actually counts, because then people would literally be just making bots that do that.
I
But
do
they
believe there
do.
are people that purchase bot subscriptions and views and shit. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And then the more views you have, the more.
So why
likely,
couldn't we
like,
just
you'll-
write a program to get us to 1,000 viewers and just have one robot just watch it over and over and
We
over
could.
again and
Yeah.
rake in the dough?
We could.
If you are smart enough to create that, that's awesome. If not, you have to pay for it. But all those views and all that stuff helps you get more views and more people interested, right? Like,
Remember when the PewDiePie T-Series thing was going on? Yeah, they both were having their numbers and be inflated to a very crazy rate.
Yeah, I remember you
And
telling
then
me about that
suddenly,
because of
like-
the bots.
Yeah, and then suddenly, like, both of their numbers dropped by, like, 10 million or whatever, 10,000. Like, there was a substantial drop because YouTube went in and swept all the...
yep. And that's another thing is that the, whatever you're trying to do that on, like, whatever site or company or whatever the fuck, like, they are always trying to be on the lookout for that type of shit, too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because, of course, they know, like, if they have these standards of how to, you have to have this many viewing hours and subscribers and everything else, like, they know people are gonna
Be
do whatever
doing
they
it.
can to get that.
All right, Jeremy, one more time with energy.
I got nothing. I closed my thing out.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, man. That's what happens. You guys fucking kept going on this fucking YouTube thing.
All right.
You've ever gone down a YouTube rabbit hole before?
No! See, this is the thing! Like, everyone's like, did you ever get sucked into YouTube and fucking watch it for 12 hours? No. No, I haven't. I have a life outside of my phone and my computer and my internet. But you people don't. So listen to us. Just listen to it over and over and over again. But don't be a bot. Because that's lame. Right? PSA. Right there.
That was a good out. That was a good outro.
You can reach us at toucanrant on Twitter, toucanrant@gmail.com, all one word. Not Toucan Rant on YouTube.
TWO.
What? No, stop! Fuck!
You gotta reiterate
I'm done.
TWO.
All right, fluff off, feather fluffers.